Pleased to be joined now on the phone by the commissioner of the Big Ten, Jim Delany. Jim, let's start with the biggest news for Big Ten fans, of course, the fact that Ohio State is not in the college football playoff. It is the third straight year the Big Ten champ hasn't made it, the second straight year the league has been left out. What was your reaction?
You know, a little disappointed, but we know there are 4 slots. I think we've been 5, 5, and 6, so we're right on the doorstep. We were involved in the first 3 years, once as a sort of an at-large and twice as a champion. So when we created the system, we understood that there would be close calls, and you know we've gotten 1 or 2, and we have not gotten a couple. So I think we're all adults and grown up, and when you don't get what you want, of course you're a little disappointed. But the fact of it is, it's I think much more important to look at what's been accomplished in the course of the year. We had some elite teams. We won a bunch of games against ranked teams. Players and coaches, I thought, played at a very high level. And we probably have 3 teams, to be honest with you, Dave, that if they had the opportunity to play, are probably good enough to win the whole thing. I think Michigan, Ohio State, and Penn State are all elite teams. And they'll have an opportunity to keep playing and playing against other really good teams, playing the Rose Bowl this year. So, you know, I'm looking forward, not backward. Would love to be involved every year, but we knew when we created it that the possibility that we would not. And you want to get the close calls, and sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But I don't think that really makes a lot of sense to spend a lot of time when you don't get what you want, ripping people who do a good faith job of doing the best they can to actualize what we ask them to do.
Big picture, Jim, and you mentioned feeling like there are 3 teams that could compete in the playoff in the league, yep, and feeling good about the strength of the conference, but just kind of an overall message coming out of this year to Big Ten fans about where things stand for the league and what you're looking for here going forward.
Well, you know, I mean, I think there are years where we had a representative. There's some years I thought we should have 2. Disappointed that we didn't. I thought that Penn State, I guess that was in, maybe it was in
2 years
15.
ago. Yeah,
and maybe 15 or 16. You know, they beat Ohio State head-to-head. They're our champion. You know, I thought they had a stronger strength of schedule than another champion included. So it's not to say that, you know, you don't disagree with some of the things the committee does, but being disagreeable is just part of being a partisan or not agreeing. But we knew what we created, Dave, and it's intended to create tension. It's intended to create interest. But I'll have to say that as we move through this, everyone's got to be able to digest it and live with it. And, you know, if there is need to be for a discussion, I think the presidents would let us know that. We're not driving the train. We have a board that approved this. We have commissioners who work with it. It's a very great improvement. The question is, do we want more teams? Do we want more games? Do we want to push this further into the second semester? So it'll get discussed, I'm sure, in time, whether it's 2 years from now or 8 years from now, because it's on the mind of a lot of people. But I have to tell you, it is one heck of a contribution to college football. And when you don't get what you want, you don't rip it up and tear it up. I think you think about it and you work with colleagues and see if there are ways to improve it. But in the short term, I think we're going to be with 4 teams.
Commissioner Jim Delany, thanks for your time on this Sunday. Always a pleasure to talk to you and to spend time with you this weekend in Indy. Look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thanks, I appreciate what you do for us. Thank you.